Here's the guidance for homework 1. Just like with the previous lectures and the videos, remember always first try the homeworks and the quizzes on your own. Revisit the lectures where a lot of these things are just the answers are there point blank. You just have to read it through and maybe think a little bit more on your own, but that's the point of these exercises. The videos will pretty much cover all the answers or nearly all the answers, or at least guide you or sketch you through it. But the point is, rather than using that, try it on your own. This is to solidify your understanding in preparation for the upcoming exams. Without that, things will get out of control pretty quickly. So be sure to put in the good faith effort. First one, an argument is valid and the premises are true. That must mean, well, what does validity say? If the premises are true, the conclusion must be true. Well, if you know the premises are also true, in addition to the argument being valid, the conclusion must also be true. For two, if an argument is valid, conclusion false, what does that mean? Well, an argument is valid when, assuming the premises are true, the conclusion then must be true. But the conclusion is only true on the assumption that the premises are true. Well, if it turns out that the conclusion is in fact false, that must mean, redounding back up to the premises, that one or more of its premises must be false. An example of this, remember, all pigs fly. Socrates is a pig, therefore Socrates flies. That's a valid argument. But the conclusion is false. Socrates is not, he's a philosopher, he's a human being, he doesn't fly. You don't count someone being thrown off a cliff as flying, right? You're talking about with wings and whatnot. Or in an airplane, that doesn't count either, right? The act of flying. So it must mean that one of the premises is false. Three, an argument is sound when, well, this is just definitional. Look this up in the lecture. It has to be this and also that. And likewise, four, the two ways in which you can criticize a deductive argument, or in fact, criticize an argument in general. I cover this in the first lecture, lecture 1. So check that out. There's two. You can either critique the blank or critique the blank. 5, this is the more tricky one. There were some exercises in the books. If you tried out some of the exercises about validity, you got some practice. But this is the key one here. The first one is invalid. Why? Well, you always do form first. So all mammals are creatures that breathe air. All M's are A, breathe air, right? All birds also breathe air. So all bees are A, they also breathe air. Thus, birds are mammals. Bees are M. Okay, the form says M's are A, B's are A, but now it says B's are M. The premises talk about B's and M's having A in common, right? They don't talk anything about how B and M are related to one another. So because of that, this should be invalid. But if you think about it more generally, the two premises are true. Mammals are creatures that breathe air. Birds are creatures that also breathe air. But does it follow that birds are mammals? No, they're considered separate categories of animals. Sometimes birds are classified as reptiles, but depending on the classification scheme, birds are sometimes their own classification, avian or something like that. It depends on the various classifications, but usually they're not the same for various reasons. Mammals, they give birth to live young. In addition to breathing air, birds tend to have what? Eggs. There's a variety of things that makes us separate. Next one, whales are sea creatures. Oh, by the way, is it sound? Well, what does soundness require? This goes back to the above. If you have both criteria there, then it's sound. But if this is invalid, can it be sound? So that's a question for you to think about. It should be pretty obvious. Next one, whales are sea creatures, and all sea creatures are fish, so whales are fish. The form of the first is all W's are S, all whales are S, sea creatures. All S's, sea creatures, are F, fish. So all W's are F. This is valid because of the form. W's are S, S are F, therefore put it together like a train, W's are F. Yeah, they connect up. W, S, S, F connect up, so W, F. But is it sound? No. Why? Well, are all sea creatures fish? No. Why? Because whales are not fish. Whales are mammals. Fish are separate. Yeah. Whales breathe air. They have to come up. Fish, they breathe through gills. In general, use the past lectures to help you with the homeworks and the quizzes. You can fill it in and attach as an email attachment, or you can just fill it in the body of an email. Either way, just turn it in on time. Credit is assigned. Remember the homework policy that's listed in the syllabus. They're out of the quizzes and the homeworks may say so many points, but that's not relevant. That's for my purposes, not yours. What's relevant for you is that the grading scale is 0, 1, or 2 points. That's it. 2 is max, 1 is minimum, 0 means nothing. How does that work? Well, 2 points means you got at least 75% of the total package correct. So if there's 10 problems and you got 8 right, that's at least 75, then you get the 2 points. 1 point is between 50% and 75%, and then less than 50% is 0 points. Basically, you all should be getting the 2 points. Why? Because in these videos, as sort of verifying that you're doing the basic work, I'm going to go over pretty much all the answers anyway, or at least guide you and tell you where you can look up further stuff. So there is really no excuse for not getting 2 points for all of these, and this helps to prepare you for the upcoming exams. Plus, in addition, it's credit. The homeworks and the quizzes are worth together 20% of the course. You should be getting a full 20% of the course ahead of running start. Just turn it in on time. If it's late, you get docked 1 point. So the most you can get is 1 point since it's out of a maximum of 2. Just turn in your work on time, you'll do fine. That's the key to the course. Keep the pace, get in the work, get maximal credit. Okay, see you next time.